Many pensioners do not realize that one letter arriving through the post can put their payments at risk if it is ignored. If you are aged 67 or over and receive benefits such as pension credit, attendance allowance, housing benefit support, or other help linked to your income and circumstances, this information could be extremely important. The letter may look routine. It may even seem like something that can wait until next week. But what happens next could affect your payments, your entitlement, and how quickly you continue receiving support. Today, we're looking at the DWP review letter that many people receive, what it means, why it matters, and the mistakes that could cause serious problems. One of the biggest mistakes pensioners make is assuming that a review letter is just another piece of government paperwork. Many people place it on a table, put it in a drawer, or tell themselves they will deal with it later. Unfortunately, later sometimes becomes too late. The important thing is to understand that a review letter is not usually sent by accident. It is often part of a process where the Department for Work and Pensions needs updated information about your circumstances. They may need to check that your claim is still correct. They may need proof of income, savings, housing costs, identity, or other information connected to your benefits. What most pensioners are not being told is that failing to respond can sometimes trigger payment delays, claim or temporary suspensions while information is gathered. Imagine receiving a letter asking for information and assuming everything will continue as normal. Weeks pass. You forget about it. Then your expected payment does not arrive. Suddenly, you are making phone calls, searching for documents, and trying to understand what happened. This is exactly why these letters deserve One common type of review involves pension credit. Many pensioners rely on pension credit to help with everyday living costs. Because entitlement depends on personal circumstances, the DWP may occasionally ask for updated information. Many people do not realize that changes in savings, income, pensions, household arrangements, or other financial circumstances can affect entitlement. The review letter may ask questions about money held in bank accounts. It may ask whether anyone has moved into or out of your home. It may request details about pensions or other benefits you receive. This is where things become important. Some people assume the DWP already knows everything automatically. They believe there is no need to provide information because government departments share all records instantly. In reality, review letters often require claimants themselves to confirm details. A pensioner might have opened a new savings account years ago and forgotten about it. Another person may have received a small inheritance and assumed it was irrelevant. Someone else may have moved in with a family member temporarily without realizing it could affect a claim review. If requested information is missing, questions can arise. Those questions can create delays. The safest approach is simple. Read every page carefully. Make a list of every document requested. Respond as soon as possible rather than waiting until the deadline approaches. Another review that causes concern is attendance allowance. Many pensioners receive attendance allowance because they need help due to illness, disability, or long-term health conditions. While attendance allowance reviews are not the same as reviews for working age disability benefits, some claimants may still be contacted if information needs updating. Many people become worried the moment they see a letter relating to their attendance allowance claim. They immediately fear their payments will stop. The important thing to remember is that receiving a review letter does not automatically mean there is a problem. However, it does mean you should take the request seriously. The DWP may ask for updated information regarding your care needs or circumstances. They may want clarification about information already held on file. A common mistake is giving very short answers. For example, someone may write that they are fine most days when the reality is that they struggle with washing, dressing, mobility, medication, or supervision needs. Incomplete explanations can create confusion. Always provide accurate information. Do not exaggerate. But do not leave out important details either. Many people unintentionally cause delays because they assume the WP understands their situation without explanation. Clear information can help prevent unnecessary problems. Housing support reviews are another area where pensioners can run into difficulty. If you receive help with housing costs, local authorities or benefit administrators may request updated information. These reviews can involve rent details, household changes, savings, income, or residency information. What happens next may surprise some people. Even small discrepancies can result in questions. Perhaps a landlord changed. Perhaps rent increased. Perhaps someone moved into the property temporarily. Perhaps correspondence was sent to an old address. These situations do not automatically mean anything is wrong. But if records do not match, further checks may be required. Many people don't realize that missing one letter can create a chain reaction of problems. A request for information is sent. No response arrives. A reminder is issued. The reminder is missed. The review progresses without the required information. Payments may then be affected while clarification is sought. This is why opening and reading official correspondence promptly is so important. Identity verification requests are another area receiving attention. Some pensioners are surprised to receive letters asking them to confirm who they are. They may think it is a scam. Others assume the DWP already verified their identity years ago and cannot understand why documents are needed again. Identity checks can happen for several reasons. Records may need updating. Security procedures may require confirmation. Information may need to be matched across systems. The challenge is that many pensioners delay responding because they feel suspicious. And to be fair, caution is sensible. Scams targeting pensioners have become increasingly sophisticated. Criminals often send convincing letters, emails, text messages, and phone calls pretending to be government departments. This creates a difficult situation because genuine requests can sometimes be mistaken for fraudulent ones. Here is what you need to know. Never provide personal information through unexpected phone calls claiming to be from government departments without verification. Never hand over banking details because somebody contacts you unexpectedly. Never click links from suspicious messages. But if a genuine letter arrives requesting identity documents, do not ignore it simply because you are concerned. Check the details carefully. Use official contact numbers from trusted sources if you need confirmation. Ask for assistance if you are unsure. Ignoring a genuine request can create problems, while responding to a scam can create different problems entirely. Protection and verification must go together. Now let's talk about deadlines. This is one area where many people get caught out. A review letter often contains a response date. Some people see the deadline and think they have plenty of time. Then life gets busy. Appointments happen, family visits, health issues, paperwork gets misplaced, days turn into weeks. Suddenly the deadline arrives. Many people don't realize that gathering documents often takes longer than expected. You may need copies of bank statements. You may need letters from pension providers. You may need benefit notices. You may need proof of identity. You may need records stored somewhere you rarely access. The moment a review letter arrives, start preparing. Even if you cannot complete everything immediately, gathering paperwork early reduces stress later. Another common issue involves incomplete documentation. A claimant may send some information, but not all of it. For example, the letter requests 3 months of bank statements. Only 1 month is provided. Or identity documents are requested, but photocopies are unclear. Or pages are missing. Or names and account numbers are cut off. What happens then? Additional information may be requested. That creates more waiting, more correspondence, more uncertainty. In some cases, payments can be delayed until information is received and reviewed. This could affect more people than expected because many pensioners genuinely believe they have supplied everything needed when important details are actually missing. Before sending documents, review everything carefully. Check every page. Check dates. Check names. Check account information. Check that nothing requested has been overlooked. Let's look at a real-world example that reflects situations many claimants experience. Imagine a pensioner receiving pension credit and a review letter requesting savings information. The person sends details for one account, but forgets about another account rarely used. Weeks later, additional questions are raised because records do not match. The review takes longer. The claimant becomes worried. Phone calls follow. More paperwork is requested. Eventually, everything is resolved, but the stress could have been avoided through a more complete response from the beginning. Another example involves attendance allowance. A claimant receives a request for updated information. Because they find forms difficult, they provide only brief answers. The information supplied does not fully explain daily care needs. Clarification becomes necessary. Additional correspondence follows. Again, the issue may eventually be resolved, but delays and anxiety increase. The important thing is not perfection. The important thing is preparation. Now let's go through a checklist that every pensioner should consider keeping ready. First, recent bank statements. These are among the most commonly requested records during financial reviews. Keep statements organized and accessible. Second, benefit award letters and notices. Many people struggle to locate these when needed. Store them together in one safe place. Third, identity documents. This may include passports, driving licenses, or other forms of identification depending on circumstances. Fourth, national insurance information. Having this readily available can save time. Fifth, keep records relating to state pension payments and any private or occupational pensions. Sixth, housing records if relevant. This may include tenancy agreements, rent information, or housing-related correspondence. Seventh, correspondence history. Many pensioners throw away letters once they think an issue has been resolved. Keeping important correspondence can prove valuable. Eighth, records of reported changes. If you have informed authorities about changes in circumstances, keep evidence whenever possible. These records can become extremely useful if questions arise later. Many people don't realize that being organized before a review letter arrives can make the entire process far easier. Instead of rushing around looking for paperwork, everything is already available. There is another mistake that deserves attention. Some pensioners become so worried by official letters that they avoid opening them. This reaction is more common than many people think. People fear bad news. They worry something is wrong. They feel overwhelmed by forms and paperwork, so they put the envelope aside. Unfortunately, avoiding the letter does not avoid the issue. In fact, it often makes things worse. Most review letters are requests for information, not accusations. The sooner you understand what is being asked, the sooner you can respond appropriately. If forms feel difficult, seek help early. Family members, trusted friends, support organizations, advisors, or local services may be able to assist. Waiting until the final days before a deadline can limit available options. Another area that causes confusion involves changes that seem insignificant. Many pensioners think small changes do not matter. Perhaps a relative moves in temporarily. Perhaps savings increase slightly. Perhaps another source of income begins. Perhaps living arrangements change. What most pensioners are not being told is that even changes that appear minor can sometimes be relevant to benefit reviews. This does not mean entitlement automatically changes. It simply means accurate information matters. When responding to review requests, honesty and completeness are your strongest protections. Never guess, never estimate if exact figures are available. Never leave questions unanswered unless instructed otherwise. If you are unsure, explain that you are unsure and provide clarification. Clear communication can prevent misunderstandings. Scam awareness also remains essential throughout this process. Whenever review letters become a topic of discussion, scammers often take advantage of confusion. Some criminals send fake letters designed to look official. Others make phone calls claiming urgent action is required. They may pressure people to reveal personal information. They may ask for banking details. They may claim benefits will stop unless money is paid. Remember this: official reviews may request information. They do not require panic. They do not require immediate payment to strangers. They do not require handing over sensitive information to unexpected callers. Take your time. Verify communications. Use trusted contact information. Ask questions when necessary. Protecting your identity is just as important as protecting your benefits. As we come to the end of this discussion, there are several key points every pensioner should remember. If a DWP review letter arrives, do not ignore it. Open it promptly. Read it carefully. Understand what information is being requested. Check any deadlines. Begin gathering documents immediately. Keep records organized. Respond fully and accurately. If identity verification is requested, verify that the communication is genuine while remaining alert to scams. If forms are difficult, seek assistance before deadlines approach. Most importantly, do not assume a review letter will simply go away if left unanswered. Many payment problems begin with delayed responses, missing paperwork, or overlooked correspondence. A little preparation today can prevent a great deal of stress tomorrow. Many people don't realize how much easier these reviews become when documents are organized and responses are sent promptly. The goal is not to be afraid of review letters. The goal is to understand them, respond properly, and protect your entitlement. Staying informed helps you avoid unnecessary delays, prevents avoidable mistakes, and reduces the risk of interruptions to important support. If you know someone receiving pension credit, attendance allowance, housing support, or other pension age benefits, make sure they hear this information too. A simple conversation could help someone avoid missed payments, delays, or unnecessary worry. And remember, staying informed is one of the best ways to protect your finances, your benefits, and your future.